Facebook relevance. Oh my goodness, there is yet another metric that you must know about. It is called the relevance score. It actually has a new name. And in this video, I'm going to go deeply into what does relevance mean, how is it going to affect you, and how it can save you tons of money on your Facebook ads. In a nutshell, once you have 1,000 impressions of your video or your post through Facebook, and that could be as low as $20 all the way up to $100 that you spend on that, depending upon the size of your audience and how you do that, you're going to get back a score. And that score tells you thumbs up, thumbs down, or what to do. And once you pay attention to that score, the next piece of content you put out there is going to make a big difference in your business. So watch Facebook Relevance. This is a training that we gave as part of Peter's other program that was live. It was produced live. And this is just a tiny little excerpt of the full Facebook Relevance training that you'll be able to access after we complete this live event. So Peter, you've learned a lot about Facebook Relevance from me. What do you think about this? What could you say to people to get them ready to watch this video?
Yeah, I mean, so many people are scared to really jump in the waters. They don't know what to do. And a lot of times they go in and they just lose a lot of money. So this beginning part is going to show you the parts that you really need to be aware of. And like you're saying, the word relevance, I mean, what does it mean, right? To be relevant is basically to have your stuff be synergistic with whatever else is going out there, right? To make it in the same wavelength, right? Instead of you're doing A and everybody else is going B, you're going to lose a lot of money, right? So and also to be able to look at the numbers and to be able to see that. And I'm not a numbers guy so much. I'm more just to get out there and do it. And sometimes I just waste a lot of money doing that. So Vic is kind of pulling me in a little bit and showing me the light to be able to get in there. You might want to look at the numbers a little bit to be able to get yourself right on track and be laser targeted in what you're looking to promote and have it be targeting the right people, basically, right? Instead of targeting everyone, you want to be targeting the right people and being relevant to them. So watch this video. I think you're going to really like it. And again, it's just a small version or a small portion of the overall course that Vic and I did prior.
All right. So enjoy Facebook Relevance, and we'll see you at the end.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another session of the Authority and Influence Summit. My name is Quinn Vo, and I'm your host. Next up, we have a really special guest. Victor Grant is a technology leader, a professional speaker, author, a visionary business advisor, and, he's a coder. Well, he's a coder. Here's the thing, though. He knows so much about technologies, which is very left brain, and yet he's also like a musician, which is totally right brain. So I don't know how he does it, but he's a genius. That's why he can do it all. Okay, and by the way, he's also a surfer, and that's how he keeps in shape. He was also a former talk show host at MSN, the Microsoft Network, and since then developed his own unique indie search engine, earthgrid.com, keyword software search triggers, content management tools, and funnel software called Living Funnels. And then most recently, he's famous for his social media editor, Soci Snap. Oh my God, this is a lot of techie words, Victor. Hey, I'm so happy to have you here.
Hey, what's up? What's up? I thought I'd bring out my surfer identity today. Yeah.
No, I had to say you're a surfer. I mean, because seriously, you are cool all around. Seriously, I mean, left brain, right brain, and then also a surfer. Oh my gosh, it doesn't get better.
Here's the thing is I learned surfing and I teach Facebook ads the way that I teach surfing. And I was actually a yoga instructor and did yoga retreats in my 20s. And when I learned surfing, I learned from this master teacher, and we did all of our practice on the beach. And so if you actually want to learn how to get up on a wave, your practice is on the beach. Okay, you're sitting there like you're not even in the water. We did like a plow or a sun salutation in yoga, and what I learned as he was teaching me how to surf, I said, wow, I could relate this to yoga. And so then I developed my own style, and then for a few years I was teaching surfing in Hawaii, and I could definitely get people up for their very first time on a wave. But see, if you learn the techniques, you learn the strategies, you learn the tactics, you break it down into bite-sized little chunks, that's what will enable you to really feel it in your heart, in your soul. And that's also how I approach Facebook ads. I inhaled all of the great Facebook trainings, like from Chris Record, Onyx Singal, and just to name a few, Sandy Krakowski, who has over like 3 or 4 million fans. I've studied all these trainings, but I said, you know what they all miss is breaking it down into bite-sized chunks so that you can get it. It's like, and they're also missing a lot of the little secret sauce that comes from running your own ads. But my real experience with Facebook happened when I got that magic button on my page that says, hey, Facebook wants to talk to you. And I immediately thought, oh no, did I get in trouble? Did I do something wrong? I said, no, it's a magic button. So let me hear from anyone in the chat if you've ever had that little notice that says, hey, Facebook marketing would like to book an appointment with you. If anyone has had that happen to them, I'd just like to have a call of hands. I've prepared a very in-depth training. Now, if you go to fbrelevance.com, that's my free gift. The slide deck for today, the edited version, is going to be uploaded in there. So you get the slides for my presentation so you can follow along. I'm going to go really fast. I've got a lot of slides to cover, and we're going to have music interludes in between.
Probably best to buy the VIP upgrade, because he's going to download a bunch of stuff on you right now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard to take notes.
But I think of a funnel as like I'm putting like the good old-fashioned beer bong funnel in college, you know, where you would take a hose and stick it in your mouth, and someone would pour like 5 beers. It would go right into your stomach. So that's what we're gonna do here, okay? So get ready. Don't take notes. There's not gonna be time. Just breathe it in, and there's gonna be little musical breaks in between. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna start with a musical break.
Yes. Nice. I needed that little break musical. Thank you.
So that's here for a reason, because Facebook relevance came out by reverse engineering my success. Okay. 2.3 thousand likes, 52 comments, but look at this. 1.1 thousand shares, right? So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys and gals how to do. 78,000 views. Now, yes, I did promote this post, but notice I wasn't asking people to buy anything. I didn't say, hey, go buy my CD. It's right here. Or you can go to Spotify and hear my music. People just love how simple that is. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. All right. Okay. Yes. So it's fbrelevance.com, becoming a paid traffic master. And so just so you know that you're in the right talk, we're talking about Facebook relevance, how to reduce the cost of your Facebook ads by 68%. Now, what's interesting about that, someone pointed out to me, says, you know what? I don't like that idea of reducing costs. I want to talk about gaining something. And I said, you know what? That's actually a good point. Well, did you know if you reduce your cost by 68%, you're actually increasing your performance of your ads by 312%? Point 5. Would you like to know the formula for that, Quinn?
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Okay, so performance is 1 divided by 1 minus the cost savings times 100. So I'm going to retitle today's talk as how to increase your advertising performance by 312.5% without spending a lot of money. How many of you guys would like to know how to do that?
Me.
Okay. All right. So I like to bring up one of my mentors from ages ago. I met Zig a long time ago, actually at a Jim Rohn event. Jim Rohn passed away. I love Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was actually the mentor of Tony Robbins. Have you ever heard of Tony Robbins? But Zig said, every sale has 5 basic obstacles: no need, no money, no desire, no trust. Zig got the elements right, but he got the sequence wrong. Now here, if you are going to take notes, take mental notes on this, because this is the correct sequence. What you want to do is, just like I shared in the beginning, you want to break down your ads into bite-sized chunks. You've only got 15 seconds, guys and gals, on a Facebook ad for it to autoplay. In other words, it'll start playing as soon as someone is scrolling through their news feed. So you have 15 seconds to establish trust. I recommend your next video is going to establish need. Your next video is going to establish desire. And then your next video is going to establish hurry, hurry, hurry. And then finally, you ask for money. What I notice a lot of marketers do is they try to put all 5 in one video, or they try to ask for the money way too soon. So this is a quote, and you can quote me on this. This is our company philosophy here at EarthGrid. A sale is not something you pursue. It's what happens naturally while you're immersed in serving others with their needs.
That's beautiful.
Is on naturally, okay? So who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, Google me. Victor Grant, out of 27 million views, according to Google, I'm number 1. I was known as the internet communities expert. I actually have been around longer than Facebook. We were already operational right around the same time as Facebook was. We had a social network for entrepreneurs. I spoke on stage with Reid Hoffman, who started LinkedIn. Actually, when he announced that he was launching LinkedIn, I had already finished my keynote address talking about virtual communities for entrepreneurs. But Reid came on immediately afterward and said, hey, we're going to give everybody jobs. And the jobs won. EarthGrid.com is a search engine. It's an indie search engine. We pride ourselves in being able to have the little guy get found. Research, data, software, how to do things. It's really, really simple. And maybe at the end, I'll show it to you as a demo. And SociSnap is a product launch I'm right now in the middle of. What is SociSnap? But it allows you to create these highly engaged, bold, italic emojis. And what we found is that if you use this tool, it is going to rapidly increase your quality of your ads and your conversion. It works on 25 different social networks. So I'm going to go back to my deck because I want to not talk all day about SociSnap. I want to keep going into Facebook Relevance. Here's one of my clients who's a musician. This is her ad before and after. Notice the number of shares. And that's the number 1 measurement that I base the quality of a campaign on, is how many shares you get. I don't care how many clicks you get. I don't care how many comments you get. I don't even care how much money you made. What matters is how many people shared it, because you can always turn that into cash by retargeting. Now, we're going to go really quickly now. So what do you bring to the table? Write that in the chat. I'm going to answer that question for myself. I'm a software developer. I love numbers. I have a degree in economics and business forecasting. I love procedures. And my forte, my secret sauce is I can help you bring your campaigns to the finish line. I love to squeeze the most results from the least amount of ad spend. So let me ask you guys in the audience, would you call yourself, when it comes to Facebook ads, beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Please put that in the chat.
All right, let's see.
So I love this warning. This is always, our results are not typical. We've been doing this for more than 2 decades. So don't think you can produce the kind of results that my numbers are. But if you understand the principles, you'll do a lot better than you have been so far. So let me show you the Facebook Relevance back office. All of you who sign up at fbrelevance.com will have access to my 1-hour talk I gave in Hollywood. Okay, that's more than I have time to go into today. And then you'll also, over here on the left side, you're going to get clips from 22 Facebook tips plus one that I did with my friend and business partner in New York City, Peter Wolfing, an excerpt of Facebook Domination, some Think and Grow Rich, the Science of Wealth. There's all these different trainings that you have access to absolutely free. That's my gift to you guys to get you guys started, guys and gals, at fbrelevance.com. So now when you go there, you're going to see this, okay? How to increase your advertising performance by 312.5% without spending a lot of money. Just put in your email address, get instant access. The second screen, please fill that out with your name and your phone number. And then after that, it's going to ask you to choose a password so you can get back into the members area. It's very, very simple. You can go ahead and do that. So let's talk about relevance. Relevance is the metric that I base everything in my business on. So what is relevance? Relevance is the measurement that Facebook invented to determine, did you hit the mark? Did you hit the target? Does your audience match your creative? Audience are the people, okay? Your tribe. And the creative is the message that you're giving them, your video content, your pictures, your colors, your emojis, your text. Does it pop? And here's the thing. Something will be completely attractive to one audience and repulsive to another audience. Some creative will be very attractive to some people and very repulsive to some people. Relevance is the basis of whether you've made that connection correctly. Now, a perfect relevance score doesn't mean that you're going to be making money. It just means that Facebook is willing to show your ads more at a much lower cost. Any questions, Quinn, before I go to our next little break?
No questions. Other than the people have mostly are either never done before, beginners, or intermediate.
Great. Well, intermediates is my target audience, and I'm going to tell all of you guys who are beginners, by the end of my talk today, you're going to be intermediate. Does that sound good?
Yes.
So this is my next musical clip.
Did you play that? That was beautiful.
Yeah, I wrote that song.
Wow.
So how do you feel after hearing that? Does it make you feel peaceful? Does it make you feel calm? Could you see that the audience would be like nature lovers, people who love green, people who love, let me hear from you, Quinn. What do you think about that?
I totally felt peaceful and relaxed. And also the pictures, the background, the video, the setting helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And so you could see that now here's the thing. Some people love rock music, but we don't know yet that a rock music person would not like that. In fact, we found that rock people still love my music, right? So a lot of people think they know their audience, but what we know for sure is that people have various interests. Some people love AC/DC, some people love Led Zeppelin, some people love Pink Floyd. You don't know until you know. And Facebook gives us the tools to be able to determine what that is. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay, so let me see how I can. Okay, there we go. So I can minimize this. Yes, there we go. So let's talk about audiences. What is an audience? Let's talk about types of audiences and where do you build your audiences? Well, you build your audiences in the Audience Manager, okay? You can go to my search engine, just type in, go to earthgrid.com, type in Facebook audiences and hit the space bar. You're gonna get tons and tons of information. And one of the links you're gonna receive is this business.facebook.com ads manager and audiences. There are custom audiences, lookalike audiences, special ad audiences, which is a brand new creation that Facebook just introduced it. This is like for political campaigns, highly controversial campaigns, and then saved audiences. They all have different purposes. We're going to go through them really quickly. A custom audience, you want to use your sources. This could be like a website, app activity, customer lists. Like, let's say you have an email list. You can upload your audience and then run ads to those people. Offline activity, videos, Instagram profiles, lead forms, events, instant experiences, and Facebook pages. Now, I go into all of these things in my deeper training, but I just want to touch on a few of them. Then there's something called a lookalike audience, okay? Let's say you uploaded 100 subscribers from your email list. You can go to Facebook and say, hey, I want 200,000 people that look exactly like these 100 people. And it will do its best to find those people. And that's what's called a lookalike audience. Then what you can do is create something called a saved audience, where you apply interests, you apply suggestions. So if you have a list, and pay attention to this, upload your list as a custom audience. Create a lookalike of 1% of a population. And then if you put interest targeting on, the lookalike audience will reduce down to around 200 to 300,000 in the US. And it will base it upon the amount of people who live in that country. And you always want to have one country at a time. Facebook itself told me this. You confuse the algorithm if you try to run multiple countries in a single ad group. So if you don't have a list, you want to start with saved audiences. Pick a country, stack interests, and narrow up to 4 times. So for example, to run my ad, to get all of those people, I targeted the continent of Europe with jazz music, classical music, engaged shoppers, and household income top 25 to 50% of zip codes. Now, I just added that for something else. This is my current campaign that I'm running. But look at these numbers, okay? I was able to have, this is my live Christmas concert. I had 400 views. I reached 786 people. They were highly targeted. And I spent like $5 to reach almost 1,000 people that were right in my target audience. That's the power of Facebook. When you're not asking for money. All I said was, hey, happy holidays, here's my Christmas concert, okay? Is that cool or what, Quinn?
Yeah. I mean, $5, really? That's it? To reach like
I think it was under
people?
$5. It was like $4.35.
Okay,
and
so
I boosted it on Christmas. I set a $5 a day campaign. But here's the thing, no links. We're gonna talk about the secrets later, but that's the first secret, it's a hint. So let's talk about the perfect score, okay? And there used to be a perfect 10, but right now it's in 3 dimensions, okay? We're gonna talk about those 3 dimensions of relevance and how you can achieve this perfect score. Secret number 1. I already said it before, but what is the secret? Quinn, what do you think?
Actually, no idea.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a clue. Look at my post. You see
Picture.
that? Happy holidays with a video, right? No links. Do not
Oh,
post with links. Okay, let me show you some hard numbers, okay? Here's a case study with links. My quality rating below average, below average, below average. Engagement rating, that's okay. Average, 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 below average. My conversion rate, below average, above average, and below average. Now, this is actually an ad that is right now making us money, but this is at the end of what we call a campaign. So here's a case study with no links. A music video, sexy woman singing, using SociSnap, my software, video view objective. Guys and gals, we ran 21 variations of the same ad until we got the perfect score. This is the perfect score right here, above average, above average, above average. And these other ones were average, average. We tweak a little thing and all of a sudden the numbers change. Sometimes it means changing a different audience. But see, yes, it's a lot of work. And you need at least 1,000 views or impressions before the Facebook gives you the score. So you need to be spending money and making nothing. But here's the thing. If you're willing to do that spend and make nothing, you'll make a boatload on the back end. You want to restate what I just said, Quinn? Because you get this.
All I heard is you spend a little bit at the beginning and you make a whole lot more at the back end.
Yes. Yes. So I came up with multiple acronyms for work. Winning, objectives, resource kindling, or something like that. But don't avoid work. Break it down into 15 minutes. When I sit down and work on a campaign, I run the timer, I run the clock, I work extremely fast, and I get it all done in 15 minutes. So put your hand on your chest, make a declaration. You say, I commit that I'm going to work in 15-minute chunks. All right? Say that. Quinn.
I commit to work in 15-minute chunks. Actually, that is true because I do.
And I'm going to take a walk and hug a tree after that 15 minutes.
What? Every 15 minutes? Come on, that's too much.
You will do more productivity than your lifetime, or go in the water. Soak your head. If you have a pail of water, stick your head in the pail. But this is what we did as surfers, right? When you're surfing a wave, your ride is maybe a minute or two. There's a place that I used to surf at in Hawaii where you could actually get 15-minute rides. But that's a really, really rare place, okay? So, and a lot of you guys and gals won't like this one, and I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. The guys that make millions and millions of dollars, like my friend Scott, he has made more than he's almost $20 million in sales through his Shopify store. You must track. You must track. And if you don't want to track, then hire someone who's willing to track for you. Okay? Now, what are you tracking? You're tracking your audiences. You're tracking whether it's cold, warm, or hot. Okay? So if you go here and you just type in Victor Jazz Piano, there it is. That I actually composed this live on stage. I had a quartet, and I didn't tell them that I was actually going to say, you know what, just follow my lead. And it became one of my most popular songs. And you see how it builds. There's it comes in with a didgeridoo, and I'm creating a feedback loop. Now there's a reason why I'm doing this, because it's going to get really warm, and then it's going to get really hot. So I started with a root melody, and then other musicians are coming in and they're flowing with it. This is the analogy of people watching your ad or watching your videos, liking, commenting, sharing. It starts to build up some passion. Now here's countdown. Jean-Pierre comes in with a soprano saxophone. peak. This is all the money behind the big man. Following every peak, there's a valley, but it doesn't mean that you lose momentum. It just gets very quiet. So it makes you want more, right? You feel like you want to hear the rest of the song? So what'd you think of that? We literally made that up spontaneously.
Really? Wow. I cannot believe you can do that.
Composed in front of a live audience. Capturing from the moment of meditation, featuring Jean-Pierre on saxophone, Vedra on violin, and a special guest on didgeridoo. So let's go back to the deck. What I want you to emphasize is that the cold, warm, hot cycle of working with your audience, it follows music and follows composition theory. I studied composition theory in college. And when I work with a client on their ad campaign, it's like a breath. It has an in and an out. It has an in and an out, right? So cold audience typically would be the kind of people that you would run cold traffic to. Almost all my traffic that I spend money on right now with Facebook is warm and hot. Okay? When you're first getting started, you got to spend a lot of money on cold, and that's where you're going to be testing. Now, let's talk about the customer value journey. Okay? Here's your customer. They see an ad, they find you in search, they hear about you via referral. That's when they first become aware of you. That's cold. Then they read a blog post, they engage with social media, they watch a video, they Google you, okay? One of the best things you can do is have an entire package. You want to have your speaker success formula. If you're a public speaker or you're a coach, you got to have your Google profile down, because before people will buy from you, they're going to Google you. And what they see there is going to probably be your LinkedIn profile and your Facebook profile. So they're going to engage with you on social media. They're going to watch you. And then maybe they were going to opt in. But that opt-in happens much later. That's what's called a gated content. So like when you're going to fbrelevance.com, you're at the subscriber stage. That's stage 3, okay? So you have lots of ads you want to run that are just building awareness. You have other ads that are building engagement. You have other ads that are asking people to opt in. What I see a lot of marketers doing incorrectly is they're asking people to opt in on their first ad. They're not warm enough, okay? Don't ask them to opt in. Don't even give them a link. Then you want to have a small purchase that's under $100, or scheduling a demo or showing up to a webinar. So that's where we get into secret number 3. Any questions before I move on to secret number 3?
No questions for me. And the audience, D is saying makes a lot of sense.
Yeah? Awesome, awesome. All right. So
actually, you know what? I love how you connect the music piece to the Facebook training, because I was wondering why am I listening to your music again? But now I'm getting it.
Well, the music is how there's an ebb and a flow for the campaign. And you notice a lot of people run their campaigns kind of like, they're very repetitive. Like a lot of modern music today is extremely repetitive. In fact, it's a loop, right? It's the same drum beat over and over and over and over again for 5 solid minutes. And the only thing that's changing is the lyric or rap, right? And so that is related to the audience. Classical music has a more of a build. It generally has a melody and a counter melody, and the melody and the counter melody interact with a theme. And so I like basing my 10-day campaigns on a theme. So pay attention. This is the formula. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Ready? Now you might need to really bite your lip for this, okay? Because you're going to want to give people that link where it sends them in to go buy something. But you don't do that. You can set up these campaigns in advance with Facebook. 5 days of pure value content. And if you remember slide number 1, you're building trust with your first video. And then you're building what? Do you remember? What was the second one?
Sorry, are you asking me?
Yeah. This is a quiz, right?
Oh.
It's need,
Ah,
okay? And then there's desire. And then there's hurry. And then you introduce the idea that, hey, tomorrow, okay, I'm going to give you guys an offer. So 5 days of pure value content, okay? Then 5 days of conversion ads. No more value, no more stuff. You're retargeting custom audiences of video viewers. So people who've been watching your videos throughout the week, the following week, all they're doing is they're being retargeted. I'm sorry, the offer ends on Friday, then you extend it through Sunday and then maybe till Tuesday. It could be a digital album download for $10 or like software like my $99 SociSnap. But you want a low ticket entry, okay? So here's the secret for digital. This is the campaign for digital. If you're selling digital products like home study courses, online courses, even this replay counts as a tripwire, okay? On the back end, you have a $1,000 program, you have a $2,000 program. What drives me crazy is people start selling those $2,000 courses before people have consumed the $99 product. Don't do that. We learn this in Digital Marketer. I'm a partner with Digital Marketer who puts on traffic and conversion. You always want to make sure that the people consume what they bought and that they understand how to use what they purchased. So pause in between. Don't overwhelm people. So when you're starting out, you need to generate 50 events per week. This is straight from Facebook's mouth, okay? So if you're generating leads, you need 50 leads per week. If you're generating add to carts, 50 add to carts per week. Don't be asking people to purchase until you have at least 50 events per week. Start with video views, okay? Then either leads or add to cart and then purchases. Once you're getting 50 leads per week, go 2 sales per day. Does that make sense? Build a habit. And here's an example of one of our campaigns that we ran. Our leads are $1.35, but they run into a campaign that builds sales. And the product we're selling right now is SociSnap. That's the actual campaign that we're running. So earlier I talked about how do you get this magical quality of 300% more? Well, we ran a lot of ads. This is an actual case study that we did with different audiences, and we were running like campaigns, 8 cents per like down to 15 cents per like. What we're trying to do is save money on the ad spend. And then ultimately, when we ran the campaign total, we saved 68% over just letting it ride the way we started, okay? With small little tweaks. And just like the music, if you heard the music, the other players came in after my solo, right? So let me hear a yes or no. Who wants to save 30 to 50% on your ad spend? Claim your free training and gifts, create your account, watch all my videos, see everything that you can before our next live event, which is next Tuesday with my friend and mentor, Scott. And that's it.
I have a question for you. This is important.
Yeah.
Because if people who wants to do Facebook ads, and is it a good idea to do it themselves, or should they just hire someone like an agency like yourself?
Here's the thing. The reason I created Facebook Relevance was because as an agency, we kept having clients come to us with the same beginner questions, the same lack of development on their product. They had never made a sale before. They've never sold anything online before. How can they possibly get a result when the core thing that they need to sell, they have to be selling. We work with attorneys, we work with CPAs, we work with mayors, okay? They already know who their audience is. They know they want a certain objective. They want to win. So the answer to the question is, before we have an agency consultation, just go through my free training, please. It'll save hours of my time, because then you'll have the right vernacular. You'll understand everything that you need to know to ask the right questions, so your ad manager can help you with your business. So yes, we do offer that, and we can sit down and have a free strategy call. However, it's much better if we have the strategy call after you have completed the basic Facebook relevance training.
Gotcha. Okay, so I know I totally get that this is not enough time for you to give us all the genius that you have. So for you live audience out there, please just opt in into his training. It's free. Thank you so much, Victor, for that generosity. And right now, I'll give another 5 minutes of Q&A. If anyone have any questions for Victor, go ahead and put your question in the chat box right now.
Yeah, is it okay if I put my calendar link in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. If people want to take this offline and just talk to me, I was talking with people. My schedule is extremely booked.
If any questions, then feel free to type it in. If not, Victor, I have one question for you.
Sure.
And this is, can you do a little quick summary or some final words of wisdom when it comes to Facebook, when it comes to paid ads for that matter? Because I know you're an expert on Facebook, but beyond that, you do so many things. So perhaps just link it all up into the tech world of paid ads.
I would say practice selling your product through email and through Google in a traditional way first before you go to Facebook, because Facebook is the lowest cost way to advertise successful products that are established, and it's the most expensive way to advertise unseasoned products. Okay? Unseasoned meaning you don't at least have like 100 sales under your belt. If you have 100 sales of something under your belt, that's the time to really kind of like push it forward. If you're doing coaching, what I would recommend you do is just run video view ads on a live, like do Facebook Live and boost it. Facebook Live and boost it until you build that culture. And then, like I said, do 5 Facebook Lives every single day. Monday through Friday, you're on live on Facebook. You can do Facebook Live on your personal page, then use the tool inside of Facebook Relevance called the Video Viewer. That's a free tool inside of there. You can download your Facebook Live from your personal wall and upload it to your fan page, and then from there you can boost it. And what that allows you to do is start building trust and building your culture. And then what I would do is run a lead ad to every single person who watched your videos and have them book a strategies call or a strategy session with you. That would be the best way to work it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Victor. I know I'll be in your training next week. Because I know this is like just scratching the surface of Facebook ads and what
my
you have
training
to teach.
Next week is with Scott. He's my friend and mentor, and we used to be ad managers for each other back in 2012. But since then, he's now generated more than $19 million in sales through his Shopify store, and we're going to be breaking that down piece by piece, step by step, talking about e-commerce and the e-commerce revolution. It's amazing what he's been able to do, and we tag team each other. I help him with his ads, I help him improve his existing campaigns, and he helps me with my creative. It's a true partnership. So I thank you, Quinn Vo. I really appreciate being here today.
No, you know what? Hold on, because we actually still, I'm waiting for my next speaker to get on. So while you're here, I'm just going to keep getting you to give us some more big tips. That's all.
Sure.
Because so while I try to get my next speaker's information, can you just go ahead and give us some more
Yeah,
nuggets?
let me give you that. Ever since I left Microsoft Network, and I've been trying to recreate this environment where I would interview people like Deepak Chopra and Jack Canfield and stuff like that. So I created the Success Mastermind Hangout. I'm going to give you that link. That's where you can get to the talk. It's going to be 4:30 Eastern time. We're probably going to get like with 4:30 p.m. Eastern time is the Success Mastermind. If you go ahead and ask for some questions, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and show you a few things. I love search engine optimization, and I love also being able to dominate the search field in Facebook. So if you type in Success Mastermind, even if you start typing in success, okay, you're going to see that we have a fan page with 23,000 likes, and we have a private community of 274 members. Since you're here, you can be a member for free. We normally charge $97 a month for people to be a member, but we just want to give that an extra gift for people who are here. So
oh my gosh. That's so, thank you so much.
Yeah, go join our mastermind. Because that's like our inner circle, and we just want more and more people to engage in there. But please, there's no pitching. It's just about connection, okay? I get so excited about this stuff because I'm so passionate to help people save money and increase their profits, because
that's what I love about you, Victor. That's what I love about you. The only thing is, okay, so I know people just get on, book Victor for a thing. If you ever plan to do any kind of Facebook campaign, talk to Victor before you do anything.
So what did you think of a little taste of Facebook relevance? Let me give you a bonus tip. I'm not sure if you caught it, but basically it's really simple. When you boost or promote a video on Facebook with no links, no call to action, just from the kindness of your heart, those videos have the highest typically relevance scores we have observed, because people can feel your authenticity and how much you care about them, because you're not asking them to do anything. You're not asking them to opt in. You're not asking them to buy a product. There's no call to action at all. Then, if they watch your video, you can run a retargeting ad that has a pure call to action, and that will also improve the numbers that Facebook will give you on your ads. So it's a win-win. Create content that's the most relevant. Share it freely with no links, and then retarget people who watch your videos with a direct offer straight to the checkout page, and you're going to do great in whatever business you're promoting. So that's my bonus tip in closing out this module. Peter, over to you.
Yeah, it's for those people that need to generate leads for your business. It's the lifeblood of your business is the new blood, and to be able to offer something or actually give free content, not offer anything, have them watch it, but then those little pixels get in there, right? And Facebook is picking up that information where you can then offer them something at a later time through the retargeting process. So really generating leads without them opting into anything is fantastic. You just got to be able to do it and learn the process of putting all that together. But it's a life-changing thing in your business that I think you're going to love if you utilize it. Okay? So hope you like the video and in this technique and this special tip that Vic just gave.
Awesome, awesome. So stay tuned for more videos coming to this channel on this topic. And of course, it goes without saying, please subscribe to this channel and to Peter's channel. And we will look forward to seeing you at our next live event. Bye now.
All right, guys. Bye.